Let me know if there's audio needs to go up or anything. Okay. So first thing, I mean, there's not much to say. We all know that there's a bunch of sky islands with the yellow trees, but we do see down here. We see a construct battling a choo choo, and then the next shot we're gonna see a construct kind of tending to these trees. He's actually chopping it down, so I don't know if maybe that's he chops them down and plants more and just keeps going, and maybe they use whatever whoever made the constructs uses this wood as part of their whatever as part of their like life cycle, for materials and building and shit stuff. Um, so maybe the choo choos. Okay, so here we've got. I mean, obviously, Link's fallen from a higher island at this point, or it's just a made up shot for this particular trailer. But we have some of this green swirly stuff. This is actually the same thing we've seen on Ganon's body. Yeah. So this particular shot, we've got. This looks like a giant goddess cube, but I think it's maybe a sky dungeon, possibly, or maybe something else. But yeah, this particular thing down here, I don't know if it's a shrine or if it's some kind of fast travel point, but there's a bunch of them on the ground too. But the ones on the ground have this same swirly stuff. I wouldn't say, judging by the shape of this thing, it looks more like an egg shaped. So I don't think it'd necessarily be a fast travel point because you're not going to warp in on something like you would a shrine where it had the pad. We'll just advance a few frames, get a better look at it. There we go. What else is going on here? It looks like okay. So actually, this. So tilt my head 90 degrees. This is this little. Swirly thing. We can refer to them as shrines for now. It might be the Sky Keep, like the Sky Keep Sky City from Twilight Princess. Possibly. But this particular one's up higher on a pedestal. It actually looks like it's on this little mountain piece has what looks like lava. It's not. I don't think it's probably lava. It's got the same color as lava. Excuse me. I'm thinking under the Isle of the Goddess. Sorry, was talking about the left of the screen. Oh, this guy. Oh, so yeah, so it does kind of look like that. It has that same cone shape. So at the end of Skyward Sword, when it drops from the sky and it fills in the sealed ground, it does have that shape. It could be something like that. But in Skyward Sword, that thing's all dirt. So maybe this has been, if that's what it is. I mean, obviously there's been some technology added and aided into it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh, look at this. I'm gonna back up half a frame. Too much. All right, what we're gonna do, let's change the playback speed. Let's bring it to half speed. There we go. Look at this. This looks more like a Coliseum maybe. And this is like you know what? There is a shot later in the trailer where Princess Zelda, is sitting on a stone bench. I wonder if this is the bench she's sitting on, or if it's something very similar to that. She's on some kind of flat platform area. So I wonder if that's the platform she's sitting on later in the trailer. But yeah, there's a shot later in the trailer where Princess Zelda is sitting on a stone bench. And I'm wondering if it's this stone bench because in that particular shot, she also she's also looking towards the sky, and you don't see any sky islands. So it's possible she's already in the sky and she's looking up at a clear sky. Or the other possibility is that she's in a different. There's a timeline mix, and she's in an area of the timeline where there is no sky or is no sky islands. But all right, we'll keep advancing. We'll bring that up when we get to that point of the trailer. All right, now we saw a few frames ago. We saw some of this malice covered ground. I don't know if this is a combination of where stuff has risen, like the castle, or if it's something else entirely. And then you have Death Mountain over there. Got another. Oh, hold on. What's this particular set of sky islands here? Looks like it's in the shape of a dragon. Like it even has the little arms, unless it actually is a dragon. Hold on, let's back it up. I wish there's a way to easily back it. Oh, hold on. Pull up for precise seeking. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's way more precise than I was looking for. That's okay. All right, so we've already seen this shot. There we. Oh, his feet are blocking it. But look at his kicks. Look at his kicks. He's got like the Roman Greek era sandals going on. So yeah, this particular island, it looks like, to me, it looks like it's a recreation of one of the dragons, and with his little arms hanging out in front of him. All right, we've got some of these new. I'm gonna refer to them as Sheikah Towers now. I don't think they are Sheikah Towers. I think they're an entirely new tower. They look different. They light up different. And you get a really good shot of his arm here too. So we've seen in the past trailers how this little thing on. Now I thought before it was right on the top center of his hand, but it looks like it's further down, close to where the wrist is, where the little glowy part is. Okay, let's keep advancing. Now, one other thing to notice is every trailer and every piece of gameplay we've seen, they've shown this same shield. We haven't seen any different shields. Now, I don't know if that's just to prevent spoilering, and this is like a basic wooden shield. They just don't want to show us anymore, or if we're going to be able to block out shields and change shields like we did in other games. Okay. Death Mountain looks like it has malice. There's a shot later in the trailer where it doesn't look like Death Mountain is spewing the red stuff, so maybe that's something we cleanse during our journey, or if it's, again, a different timeline era. Okay. This is obviously the castle. We see it's risen out of the ground, but it's not as high as the Sky Islands. So I'm curious if that was just breaking the ground free, so Ganon, we presume Ganondorf was housed under the castle. That's kind of part of the theory that's been talked about is after his death in Twilight Princess, when he gets stabbed, it's theorized that Ganondorf was taken under the castle, which is where we see in the first trailer where the hand is holding him down. I don't know if going back to that could be a reference to the Twilight, or it I don't know, it could be multiple things. Remade his Ocarina of Time moat. True. I mean, yeah, because the castle is Ganon's castle is floating like that in Ocarina of Time. Nothing real new here. It just looks like, there's the Hyrule's versions of the Grand Canyon. Got another Sky Island out here. This actually looks. This looks like in the same area as Rito Village, possibly. Maybe I've got the wrong. Maybe Rito Village was a little further down, but it's got that. It's also got that elevation like Rito Village does. I wonder if it's possible that Rito Village has been lifted off the ground. Prince Willie X, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, so I don't know. That could be Rito Village has that big heart shaped hole in it though. So, but this appears to be the Gerudo Highlands up here. So I mean, it might be in the right location for Rito Village. We've got another one of the new versions of the Sheikah Towers here. Whatever those may be. Hold on. So, can we see the Great Plateau in this, or is it too blurred out? This might be the Great Plateau here, because then there's that little path before the Gerudo section with the pathway in here that leads to the Gerudo Desert. Okay, so I'm not really seeing anything new besides, we've seen plenty of islands. Seen all sorts of islands and such. Okay. I mean, we know there's Sky Islands. There's really nothing to talk about there. There's quite a few of them over here, though. This is... I can't tell from this elevation if it's above the Great Plateau area or if it looks like it's above the Great Plateau area. And then these further ones out here appear to be above the highlands or the desert area. And some more of this green mossy glow stuff that appears to be making shapes. We can refer to them as crop circles. I'm a huge Ancient Aliens fan. I believe there's life out there, so I've seen this as like, oh, crop circles. Yeah, you can laugh at that one. Yeah, I'm kind of dumb sometimes. And a huge crop circle. So this one, hold on. Let's get a better picture of that one. All right, so these particular glow things appear to be... Yes, I agree, Capitan. This particular one looks to match some of the carvings you see on those... appears to match some of those carvings you see in on the murals from the other artwork. Just looking at this, this particular one looks like it could be like a Lizalfo maybe, and it looks like it's got like this little horn sword thing coming out of it. Yeah, Capitan, we were thinking the same thing. So maybe they're depicting different enemies and stuff, or different figures within the game. Oh, let's back it up a couple frames there. It looks like we've got something over here smoking. So wait, hold on. If this was Gerudo Desert over here, we're coming in close to the area. Is this that horse valley where the horse riding game was? Looks like a low level valley. So I mean, further to the left, we would see Lake Hylia. And to be honest, we haven't seen much of Lake Hylia except for the last trailer where we seen the Gliok on it. But we've got something out here in the distance smoking. That's a huge puff of... I wouldn't think it'd be like storm clouds. That looks like dark smoke. Like maybe something's on fire over here. I hope we get a water temple. I really do. And then more islands. Another Sheikah tower. Okay. So we got another Sheikah Tower here. We already know that because a later shot shows that this is in Kakariko Village. So we're somewhere in, I'm going to say, Central Hyrule, or the area just on the other side of where all the Guardians were, that plain area there. Oh no, it wouldn't be there. It'd probably have to be Northern Hyrule looking this way, looking south to east southeast towards Hyrule, or Kakariko Village. But we know that this circle thing's there. Is that? It looks like it's made out of rock. Um, I wonder if they're building some kind of focusing iris or something. When I first saw it, I was thinking something like the Mirror of Twilight, but it's way too big, and the Mirror of Twilight's actually was actually broken apart in the desert. But maybe it's some kind of focusing iris or something else along that sort of that sorts. All right, Hateno Village with Mount Lanayru here. So I think this is where Nadra was. So we've got the trees leading up to where Nadra was. These are the three trees that that were part of one of those side quests, right? Sure looks like it. I might be thinking completely of a completely different area in the game. Yeah, kind of. So the Terrytown quest was a huge. It was a huge like success. So I wonder if they're gonna do something like that with some of the other towns. Um, it seems Hateno Village is taking on these mushroom-looking things. They got multicolored mushroom. Either they don't look natural, but I think it's funny. You're gonna see this character right here. She's gonna wave, and I think it's a broken animation because Link runs by too fast. She waves, and then her arm comes down really quick. It's just something little I noticed watching this over and over and over. There's the wave. Oh, never mind. He doesn't want to talk to me. So again, Central Hyrule. Wait. Hold on. Okay, no. We are looking from Central Hyrule south, or east southeast. So we are looking towards Kakariko Village. For a second there, I thought these were the walls of the castle, but we're actually the castle's at our back at this point. So yeah, so this is definitely Kakariko Village up here. This is the fourth time in the trailer we've seen this little circle thing. All right, so I'm thinking. So in Ocarina of Time, you had the worker people that were building the bridge. That the bridge got broken, they were rebuilding it. They were rebuilding Kakariko Village first, where they were working in Kakariko Village during the Child era, and then they were fixing the bridge. So this kind of reminds me of something similar to that. They're trying to restore Central Hyrule, I think. I think that's pretty obvious. Sorry, just pausing because I want to notice a few more things here. You can't see it, but actually, we're just gonna unlock my webcam so I can move it around as needed. So there's a flag up here. It's got the Hylian crest on it, on the top of a flag post. I don't know if that was there before. It looks like it might be new additions. These Hylian crest flags. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is in the same location as the original first combat shrine is where you Tanelog. I don't remember what it's called, but it's that main Kakariko shrine. So it looks like that's in the same position, or maybe it's on the opposite cliff. And you do see some scaffolding here. So this is obviously a Hylian made. I was gonna say man made, but it makes more sense to be Hylian made. Yeah, so you got some scaffolding. Some workers have been putting this together. They don't as far as I know, Hyrule does not have any cranes, so I'm not sure how they got that up there, unless Zelda was using using the Sheikah slate to stasis and magnesis stuff up there, but it doesn't look metal to me. And I doubt Link's had time to stop his adventure to use his what they call that, power hand, or not fuse, his new hand ability. Ultra hand, thank you. See, we got scaffolding over here too. Now, the houses look a little different, and maybe it's just the lighting. Hold on. Oh, I was too late. That's all right. We'll backtrack it a second. No, maybe they look the same. But then you have, yeah. So you see the castle rising in the distance. Now this is that watery island marsh area. There was that shrine that had the brambles around it you had to burn to get to. So that's kind of that area there. I mean, nothing new there. The big focus of this shot is the circle piece and the swirly shrine. Although this one looks just like the one on the Sky Island, so maybe they all look kind of identical in that standpoint. We'll have to get some shots of some of the other ones. Yeah, the green spiral. All right, down. Josh dies. I have 0 audio because I'm working, but trailer at 2 times speed, you'll hear Ocarina of Time, Ocarina songs for the sages. All of them are in there. Welcome. It starts with Requiem of Spirit. That's the ambient you hear first. Okay, I'll have to listen. I've listened to it at 7.75 and 0.5 speed multiple times, but I haven't watched at double speed yet. So this shot here, I'm pretty sure, judging by the location and the mountain areas, that this is that dark area lit up. My God, I just lost the name of it. But that dark area where you fight the Hinox in the dark. Typhoid Ruins, Typhlo Ruins. Thank you. Typhlo Ruins. I'm pretty sure this is it. So I'm guessing after Calamity Ganon was destroyed, that this area has emerged from darkness. I'm sure there's going to be some lore that we find out in game about why it was in darkness and why it's been released, but I'm pretty sure that's Typhlo Ruins. And again, you have the Sky Islands coming here. I think it's just cool that they're at so many different elevations. So it's not like, oh, you got this plane on Earth and then you got this one plane in the sky. It's just they seem to be hundreds of thousands of feet distance between the elevations. Oh, hold on. Let's look at that. Let's look at that cloud again. Yeah, Capitan, we're the same thing. So that might actually be over Mount Lanayru. Because if we're at Typhlo Ruins, we're looking south, and southeast would be where Mount Lanayru is. So that tornado thing, maybe think of like the Thunderhead in Skyward Sword. Maybe there's something there like we'll kind of unlock that. So what I'm kind of envisioning for this game is it's going to be open world with also having so one of the big complaints about Breath of the Wild is, yeah, it's open world, but there wasn't really a linear path. And I think the world's going to be open world, but the dungeon path is going to be more linear. Maybe the iris is pointing at it like a mirror. Possibly. Yeah, maybe we build up Kakariko Village and blast a hole into it, like Kind of like that, yeah, kind of like that scene in Skyward Sword. But so I'm envisioning that like the dungeons are going to be more linear, while we can still explore the open world at our own pace. But maybe something like this will be opened up as we get further into the story and game. Just kind of peeking around it, see if there's anything else that stands out. Okay. So I'm not sure where these steps are, but I'm 90% sure we're in the Gerudo Desert. Yeah, there's not gonna. I don't think there's gonna be any 20-minute, 26, 27-minute speed runs like you see all the time now. Or maybe there is. Maybe you don't need to have all the tiers to defeat Ganondorf. Who knows? Who knows? Could be. Could be very interesting. Here we go. I want to say, this is Arbiter's Grounds, but it could be something completely different. As you guys know, Arbiter's Grounds are where they executed Ganondorf in attempted the execution of Ganondorf in Twilight Princess. Yeah, I'm hoping it's Arbiter's Grounds. And then they cut to the castle really quick. Both of them rising. And these guys are. You see these guys look. These little NPC characters. They look totally surprised. Like, what's going on? Okay. Big shot here. Big shot. Okay. I'm sorry. I know we have Ganondorf confirmed, but this, in my opinion, this is Demise. I think we're going to see both characters in the game. 100% think we're going to see both characters in the game. We all know that Ganondorf is, he's the Demon King, but I think he really inside him is Demise. And if there is a time travel element to the game, and Zelda and Link are split in different timelines, I think the older timeline we're going to see Demise's character. Maybe it's before Skyward Sword even. Actually, I have a shot of Yunobo in the trailer, or at least I think it's him. Yeah, we'll get to that. That's a little late in the trailer. So there's a shot, and it's got the guy with the bucket on his head. There's a Goron that looks like Yunobo. Yeah, we'll get to that. But now, when we see Ganondorf later in the trailer. Oh, not that. All right. Well, when we get to it and we see it pointed out to me, and we'll take a closer look. Yeah. So when we see Ganondorf later in the trailer, we don't see all these flowing flame locks. I'm gonna call them flame locks, but you know it's funny now that you say that about the blood moon. This kind of looks like it's shaped like a blood moon, a very large up close blood moon. But I don't know. I have a strong feeling that this is Demise, and they're trying to tease us, and then trying to shoot back to Ganondorf, and say, "Oh, it was Ganondorf." I wonder if he'll come towards Hyrule like in Majora's Mask. I don't know about that. I think cool in concept, but I don't think they'll go that route. Yeah, this looks like a giant fireball. And yeah, much closer look at the hair. We see, it looks like we actually, let me move my camera here. We see his hand down here. I want to pay a little closer attention to the hand. Okay, maybe not. I think it's gonna cut away. Okay. Let's take a closer look at his hand if we can. I'm gonna manipulate it on the OBS window, so give me 1 second. I can't zoom in on the YouTube video so much, but all right. I saw a comment on Twitter about looking at his hand, so I kind of want to look at it and then compare it to Ganondorf's hand. All right, I don't really have a clear enough shot of that, so let me fix this again. Patience with me, guys, please. Getting this back on screen is going to be a little bit of a hassle. There we go. Lock that up. His other arm, in his other arm, it has scales. Okay. Is this his other arm here? Let's look at this a little closer. Doesn't have scales. Check out the 4K footage. It's the dehydrated body. That makes more sense. But that makes sense if this is Ganondorf. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Okay. But what if it... I'll have to look at the 4K footage, but these scales that people are saying they see reminds me of that stupid worm thing we fought in Skyward Sword, that the bullworm thing with the toes and stuff. It kind of reminds me the way it's flailing. Let's back it up again. Let's watch it again. All right, and you're saying the robe is the same one Ganondorf's wearing. All right, this can go away. No, I don't want that. I wish I could move this thing to the top temporarily. All right, this is close up. Clip his nails and stab his forehead. Okay, moving on. I want to pay close attention to this because there's something I noticed the last time I watched the trailer. Not quite here. We've seen this footage before. All right, now watch closely. Okay, maybe I just imagined it, but for a split second there, we saw the yellow light. Yeah, I saw it on her hip there. When I watched it the last time, I thought I saw it around her neck, because we'll see later in the trailer that there's a yeah, it's coming around her hip. We'll see later in the trailer that one of those yellow tear things is around the other figure's neck, and it's the same one that we see her holding her hand later on. It also glows on the left hand. So left hand, her left hand, or would be this one, or our left hand. I see it. I see it right there. Yep. Perfect. Okay. So that might be what she's holding, that tear of the kingdom. Okay, so we see another figure out here. Hold on. That looks more like a portal here than a green swirly, because it looks like it's an archway with the green opening. Act as Triforce shards. I don't know. That's interesting theory. This looks like quicksand, but I think it's just either stuff has been pulled out of the sand, or does it actually move? Hold on. Is it moving? It is. So it looks like quicksand. And then this figure here, giant feet, unless we're looking at it at the wrong angle. Looks like it's a robed figure with. It looks like it's a side view of that figure from the original tapestry. Might be an underground entrance, kind of like like Skull Woods in Link to the Past, where you fall down holes and you fall into a dungeon, and depending on which hole you fall into, will put you in a different part of the dungeon. All right, this is 100% an underground shot, but it's very rocky. It looks like, I don't know if this is lava flow or if it's just, okay, it does appear to be lava flow. It does appear to be moving. And then we got some kind of bridge here. And I think, I'm guessing, you know what? I'm guessing this is probably up by the Goron settlement area, because you're seeing all these the volcano specks for the lava here, and and he is wearing his heat resistant armor in this particular shot. Okay, so this shot here, when I first saw it, actually, hold on. I want to back up to that volcano shot for just a second. Is he... Okay, he does have a different shield. I didn't notice it. This is some kind of metal shield with spikes on it. Okay, so that's the first time that I've seen a shield equipped where it was different than that wooden shield we've seen in all the other shots. Yeah, Death Mountain. Definitely Death Mountain area. Okay, so anyway, this shot here, this kind of reminds me of that pirate ship battle we've seen in. Is that it reminds me of that pirate ship where we fight the skeleton pirate captain in Skyward Sword. That's the first thing it made me think of. Okay, so the Zelda glow on the hip is likely the object she's holding at the end, that her ancestor, Sage Hylia, is likely wearing too. The game has a lot of OT and Link to the Past references, at least from the trailers, especially this one. When you recall how those games went, you get the gist of this one too. Yeah. I mean, I haven't really seen much Link to the Past references, other than Link to the Past kind of sets up the whole formula of how dungeons work in Zelda games. How that you usually have to get 3 items to unlock the Master Sword, and then 5 to 8 other items to unlock your path to get into the final dungeon. And maybe that's what when we look at the one tapestry where it shows 8 tiers or 7 tiers, I'm guessing maybe those tiers of order needed to get into the final dungeon to fight Ganondorf. And maybe we'll unlock the Master Sword. I think we're gonna see a lot of that classic Zelda dungeon formula with the open world design. Now I don't know. Is this another? It looks like on the bottom left here is another smaller ship with like 7 or 8 oars coming out of it. This one has 6 large ones. Heard a Dark World theme in the trailer too. Yeah, if you can find the timestamp, we'll take a look at that. Oh, it looked like there was something falling out of the sky right here, with when the lightning flashes hit. All right, so this is an entirely different thing going on here. We got the regular shield, we got the champion's tunic now, but he seems to have some special jump ability. I don't know if it's something specific to this set of islands, but if you watch that again, even that first jump, he's getting a special lift with the jump, like it's a moon jump almost. The main theme has the cadence of the Dark Golden Land, the Golden Land before Skyward Sword rewrote the lore. It was the Sacred Realm in the Sky too. Yeah, I have a theory on. I have my own theory on the 3-way timeline split, because the everybody can make sense of the first and second one, the child and adult timeline, but the Fallen timeline with the interloper war, I have my own theory on that on how that came to be. But kind of for another video. Golden Land before Skyward Sword, Sacred Realm in the Sky 2. This trailer has all the and it. Yeah, I will when we get through this all the way, we'll watch it at double speed, and I'll try to listen for those different music references. I'm guessing this little nucleus piece here in this shot is controlling the bubble in some way. Maybe it's something we can manipulate. All right, Mission Impossible. This is straight out of Mission Impossible. All right. I wonder maybe he's controlling the bubble with one of his hand abilities. Wingsuit. All right, so this wingsuit was actually leaked in the official artwork. You probably have heard that Nintendo was trying to find the person who linked that artwork on Discord, but one of the very first few pages, because I didn't see them all, but I did see one of the things I saw was one of the first 5 pages, and it did have this wingsuit as one of the main items in it. Sinkhole in the Yiga clan? It very well could be. I mean, it's got the right shape. It does have the right shape. I need to step away for a split second. Let my dog inside. He's out barking at my door. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, sorry about the constant interruptions. Usually when the wife and kids are home, they would let the dogs in and out, but fortunately I gotta do that. Okay, so wingsuit, that's pretty awesome. And yeah, and it looks like, I mean, most of us have probably played games like that where we control something falling like that. At least I have. Not necessarily a Zelda game. Alright, so this is an interesting shot. So I think this is in that circular ball thing we see late. Did we see it already, or is it later? It might be later in the trailer. There's that circular ball thing with the opening. I think that's what this is. I think we're inside of it, and we're controlling it with this gear lever. Now I don't know what this is, but maybe it's some kind of focusing laser where we can shoot it at something, or maybe we point it at the sun. We point at the sun and bring in light to a certain point. I'm sure it's part of a puzzle. Yeah, you can see it rotating, and the light's rotating with it. This is obviously one of the three ruin mazes. I think it's probably the one in Akala. It's got the high walls. It could be the one in the desert too, though. It could be either one. The other one's kind of shorter. All right, so this looks like we've got the villagers fighting back. This particular wall, I think this is in it's in the area. The name, I'm struggling to come up with the name, but it's that area where all the dead guardians were in the final memory. But to the northeast, there's that wall that leads up into behind the mountains. There's a trail behind the mountains, and I think this is that same wall here. But we've got the villagers fighting back. They're equipped. They've got sword or shields and little swords going on. Link's obviously coming. This is kind of a cool weapon. It's got a Sheikah eye on it. You can see the Sheikah eye up here. It almost looks like one of the flame weapons, but before the like one of the flame spears from Breath of the Wild, but before when the flames like burnt out before it reignites. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's a slightly different design, but it does have the Sheikah eye in it. You can see that clearly right here. All right. Listen right here. Listen right here, because you're gonna hear. I hear it as the chanting saying, "Our future, our future." Let me back it up half a second. We'll listen to the next 3 seconds together. Our future. And he's obviously riding some kind of elevator, but I hear our future. And I don't know if they're just saying, "Oh, Link is our future," or if it's just a coincidence that that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, and that elevator looked like the same base that you see on the shrines for your little portal base thing. All right, this figure. What is it? To me, it looks like a dragon in human form, and I say that after playing too much World of Warcraft. This looks like the same kind of species as not Cindergosa, the dragon species. This looks like the leader of the dragon species, the way her hair is, the little horns coming out of her head. So I'm wondering, but we also see these Zonai markings, which also look very reminiscent of Twilight Princess markings, holding her hair in place. But I'm wondering if this is either a Zonai or it's one of the dragons in human form. I mean, it could be a dragon, because these could almost be scales, like dragon scales on her face and on her neck here. But we also see, well, you know what? I was gonna say they almost look like tears, but it looks more like a pattern that just goes around her eyes, of like a bone pattern. And this appears to be like the floating malice that you see right before a blood moon. Okay, Link on horseback, Sky Island up here. Flowers, nothing too special here. This is probably in southeastern Hyrule, by the ocean. I think Eventide's probably somewhere out in this area here. And maybe it's just far eastern Hyrule, not southeastern. Alright. This, I think, is a boss fight. I think this is probably a dungeon boss right here. It kind of looks like that eye monster we saw. Actually, let's see if we get a closer look at his eyeball. Yeah. So it looks kind of like that eye, like a larger version of that eye monster we saw in the first trailer. Which to me, I thought was like a futuristic version of the Igor. So those green and red statues with the single eyes that chase you around, that you gotta shoot with an arrow in Link to the Past. That's kind of what this reminded me of at first. At the first trailer, anyway. Alright, we're in the castle. This is self-explanatory, except it's repaired. I don't know if this is a future repair or a past repair, past before Calamity Ganon broke the floor in it. But yeah, this is obviously the castle sanctum, the inner sanctum. New place.
Zelda.
All right, so rotating things. I'm not sure where we're at, but we do have these Twilight-esque zone-eye markings. This is part of their lighting system, I think.
We rely on your knight, and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Okay. Something that I've just been bouncing in my head is this. They did this to us in the Tears of the Kingdom trailer, or the Breath of the Wild trailer. Sorry, when they had the Deku Tree talking, and then I think you are now ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. All right, we'll look at that again, Capitan. Where they put two very similar voices together, and the Deku Tree transferred into the King's voice, but the trailer made it sound like the Deku Tree was doing all that talking. I have a funny feeling that this voice, to me, it almost sounds like the King's voice instead of the character they're about to show. Right, we got on the back of this person's hand, which also matches Link's decrepit hand, is this glowing object. She's got these ears that match the light fixtures. We got a single tear on her face right now. We'll notice later in the trailer there's another character that looks very much like Zelda that has 4 tears. So I don't know if it's the same character, if it's Hylia. It'll be interesting to figure that out. Okay, so fun fact: if you erase Skyward Sword from the lore, this game's plot makes a lot of sense. Zelda and other sages were captured by Ganondorf, and Link must quest to save them before he harnesses their power to obtain the Triforce and reshape the world to the Dark World. Right. Okay.
Link.
There's our boy. It's the boy Link. We've seen. I think this is one of the things you could move around with that apparatus device. This is such a cool glider. All right, so that looks like a royal. Back it up. That looks like a Royal Guard shield attached to a Royal Guard claymore. Kind of like they're positioned in, well, kind of like the way I have my sword and shield positioned over here on the wall, just with the shield flipped. Because that's how they have them displayed, right through here. Yeah, right here, with the sword and the shield. This looks pre-arm corruption. Pre-arm corruption while on Stonebird makes you wonder if that's the beginning scene or if the arm abilities just come late in the game. There was I saw it yesterday. They were talking about how there was I don't know if it was a tweet or a blog from Nintendo saying that your game's gonna start in the Sky Islands, kind of like it starts in the Great Plateau, and you're gonna earn your abilities really early on. So this might be post-arm repair or something else. But yeah, that looks like he's just got... Wait, hold on. It's not, though, because his fingers... He's wearing gauntlets, but it looks like his fingers are corrupted right here. If you look closely, and... We can look at that again. Hold on. Back that up. Yeah, his arm's corrupted here. His hand is corrupted right there. He's just got gauntlets on, so you don't get to see it all. Okay, so this was what I was talking about earlier when we were inside pushing that thing around. I think this is what we were moving around. Is there anything else in here? Okay, so this is above Akala, or not far from Akala, because here's um, that shrine you had to move the stone ball over to. Yeah, and I think these are like the little Akala mountains here. Yeah, so we're above Akala here, which means that this wall might be Zora's domain. Maybe. Maybe that's further back here. Alright, back underground. Okay, so that reminds me of any of the charging little armadillo guys. I'm struggling. I'm struggling with enemy names today. Oh, when it hits the wall for a split second. Yeah. So that looks like my God, why is it not coming to me? I know the name of this enemy. But yeah, you in one of the games you can hook shot and pull his metal mask off. Yeah, there's a link to the past enemy, but in one of the 3D games, it's the same enemy. It's a different version of him with the metal mask. And you can pull the mask off and throw it at him. Yes, Twilight Princess Water Temple. It's in that one. It's in a couple other spots too. All right, and there is. I believe this is Teba's child. I don't remember his name. All right, I wanted to take a closer look at this. Obviously, this wagon is put together. It's fused together. But we've got an attachment on Epona that is then fused to the wagon. So that's pretty cool. And obviously, we're transporting the villagers somewhere. Maybe we're building an army. It's a side quest of some sort. Okay, that's obviously it's an Oddish. No, it's an Octorok. Phew. I'm gonna have so much fun with that. Okay, the rocket we've noticed. I want to catch it at the very beginning of this scene. Oh, I didn't get it. 2 frames earlier. I want to see what it looks like horizontally before it takes off vertically. It's just straight up a rocket. Moon jump? Yeah, there's just a random rocket laying on the ground. Okay, so here we have those bubbles. I didn't notice this before. But here's those same bubbles we moon jump to. So the moon jump that we've seen is only in the same area that these bubbles seem to exist. So I wonder if this is just a specific movement ability in this area. Now I'm curious what he's jumping up to. There seems to be some kind of light pillar coming at the top of this, and you see a very long carpet coming from the center of this. Like maybe this is some kind of some kind of shrine for some kind of ritual or something. But he's jumping to get up to it. Length past man reads, the gods were from a distant nebula, permitting the belief that they were technologically advanced magic wielders capable of traveling across the stars, and they created the Triforce for man to govern themselves. I'll have to look that up because I do have my manual for Link to the Past somewhere. I will have to look that up and see that. Actually, I wonder if I have it. I think it's in this box right up here. I have all my manuals separated from... This game looks like DLC. Troll! I could see after the first couple trailers how you would think that, but everything I've seen so far, no, this is just amazing. You could say the same thing about Majora's Mask looking at Ocarina of Time. Yeah, that jump ability is very cool. So here we're fighting another version of a construct. Another version of the constructs here. Obviously, we're underground. We're probably we might be in that same dungeon that we saw earlier. Look, because it looks like it's under Death Mountain. Yeah, he's got the fireproof stuff on again. Same with the shield. He's got that. I think that's a Zolfo shield, isn't it? One of the metal Zolfo shields. Hold on. Is that thing about to fire an arrow? It looked like he was about to. He's got a fire arrow. He's about to shoot Link with the bow. And Link is stabbing him with a fused weapon. I think it's fused. It looks extra long. He's a shooty boy. Oh, I just noticed that in the minecart, they got the minecarts fused together, and you have the little wind turbine fan behind it. And then up here is just some other part of the dungeon. I'm just trying to see. There's something glowing right here, which is under my camera. Sorry. There's something glowing here. There's something glowing behind this as well. It could just be a light. Yeah, this one here is just a light. Alright. BattleBots. This scene just made me think about that old TV show BattleBots. He got his little arm here. He's gonna attack him. Pew, pew. Oh, what was that green thing for a second? Hold on. Link's... Alright, so Link... I think Link's firing an arrow. Or he's getting hit by an arrow. But there's green swirly on him. Oh, he's fusing an arrow. He's fusing... The green is him fusing something to one of his arrows. It looks like he's got a Keese eyeball in there, so he's making a heat-sinking arrow. Wait. No, that's a rupee. That is a red rupee fused onto something else. Now, I was kind of under the impression you'd only be able to fuse one thing to an arrow. So maybe this was fused to something else, and then he picked it up and fused it to an arrow. Yeah, that's 100% a red rupee. Look at this little headpiece he's got on. He's got war paint. His hair's down. He's got this horn. It's like kind of like the barbarian armor. His shooting's on the money. And this outfit that goes with it's pretty cool too. He's got some. Looks like he's got an Aloy-esque outfit wearing, and the horse armor is cool too. Borrowed some clothes from Aloy, yeah. And that I'm not sure which kind of bow that is. It's just some standard boy. We're on the same brainwave, Capitan. All right, this shot here. This looks like it's a fused item of some sort. Link is shooting a regular arrow at it. Okay, this looks like he's shooting right at this centerpiece, which appears to be. I'm gonna guess it's one of those construct energy things that we saw in the gameplay trailer. Because I think those construct energy things are what's going to be like power source for a lot of these items. Because when he killed the construct, it dropped one of those things that he looted. Oh no, he shot it above. All right, but it still it has that energy-esque look to that. And laser beams. So we're gonna have battle bots and laser beams, and then maybe we can put laser beams on battle bots. Now, what is this orange thing? Was that attached to? Was that like a backpack one of the guys was wearing? Hold on, does that laser hit this bokoblin over here? Oh, that's a bokoblin. That's bokoblin. That's cool. All right, so this is probably one of the Rito fight bosses. I'd be all right with that. I'm really excited to see what some of the things people build, some of the items that people build. This looks like Gyarg, however you say it, the fish boss in Majora's Mask. You saw my react video on YouTube? Yeah, I not gonna lie, I cheated that because I was at work when I actually watched it, but I caught all my same reactions and just put them into video form. But I wanted to get one up early. Good seeing you in here, Rich. Rich has a fantastic react video as well, and he's a fantastic. I shot him out on Twitter a few times already this week, but y'all need to go follow Rich. He's doing a fantastic Zelda marathon right now. But yeah, so this guy here reminds me of the fish boss in Majora's Mask. He's got the multiple eyes going on, but it's like a skyfish or something because we've obviously got Link flying and one of the Rito children flying as well. Look at that. Look at that. Look at his teeth. The teeth are very square though. Like his whole jaw is just like very mechanical. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna probably take this out and put it on YouTube as well. What is going on here? Oh, that's some kind of malice explosion. All right, here we go.
I know why I'm here.
All right, so she's wearing kind of like her outfit is very kind of like a female version of the barbarian outfit, which I think is of Zonai creation. And we're going to see that tier here in just a second.
Something.
It's a tier of the kingdom. I wonder if anybody has analyzed yet what the particular symbol built into the tier is. It's like a tear, or it's a kidney bean, or it's like an amber relic from Skyward Sword. Go home, Zelda, you're drunk.
Only I can do.
Okay, Malice. We're about to see Ganondorf, I think. I think that's what we're at. Malice shooting this guy. Oh no, this is the part, and we saw this in one of the other trailers where he basically explodes in the sky and shoots new enemies. I think it's gonna be like the enemy regeneration, kind of like the Blood Moon is in Breath of the Wild. He's repopulating the world with enemies. All these different things are new enemies. There we go. Alright. So we got Lionels. 3 Lionels here. This one Lionel over here appears to have like big elk horns, which I think is really cool. Lionel's with the fused weapon. Okay, so Link's arm's doing the Malice thing again. So I think this is early. Okay, so I think this is probably early in the game, pre-fall, because his arm's getting corrupted, and the Master Sword is glowing. So the Master Sword glows in Breath of the Wild when the ancient enemies are nearby.
The birth of his new world.
Ganon be swole. He's got his little ring on. I think he had a ring on his other finger too. All right, I need to do a compare pick with. Hold on, let me pull up another. I'm gonna pull up another instance of Chrome real quick. All right, Ganondorf, Twilight Princess. So I want to compare. This will probably be a good enough picture. Yeah, this is a good enough picture. So we see he's got the same necklace on from Twilight Princess. Maybe that's not a necklace. It sure looks like it's a similar design. But he's got the thing glowing in his head appears to be like the jewel. Chicken Strips 432, welcome in. It appears to be like the. Let me minimize this real quick. Appears to be like the same jewel glowing out of his head here in Twilight Princess. Oh, actually, let's look. We can see the design a little closer in that shot. Archaeeth, welcome in, dude. All right, let's see if I can get this close enough side by side. It's slightly different. But that might just be an artistic choice. I think it's supposed to be very similar to the jewel he has in his head right here. And they just updated the graphics for the Breath of the Wild version. Hair is like early Ocarina of Time Ganondorf. Yeah. I think the thing on his head is a Tear of the Kingdom. Possibly. That's something else we've talked about too. Multiple tears. With, you know what? It's got the tear shape. I see it right there. I see it's got that tear shape, and it's glowing right there. The jewel is a tear due to the shape. Yep. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, this enemy looks familiar. Not like a Molduga, but something else. Something else that looks very familiar too. Like an alligator. Like the one on Sidon's hand. We're going to see Sidon here in a minute. That reminds you of Yorg? See, I thought that other thing we saw earlier reminded me of like a sky version of Gorg. And I'm pretty sure that's Teba's son. I'm gonna Google that real quick because I can't remember his name. Teba's son, Breath of the Wild. Tulin. Wait, he's a rear warrior and the husband of Saki. Teba also has a son named Tulin, who wishes to raise up as a warrior equal to Rivali's skills. Yeah, so I think that fish that Rito is Tulin. Sky Piranha things in Minish Cap. Possibly. Could be something like that. Alright, here we go. I was talking about Zelda's same earrings as Zelda. Very similar headpiece. She's got a tear on her necklace. But very Zonai-esque. I don't know if this is Zelda. I think this might be the goddess Hylia. Yeah, the tears under her eyes. Let's see. Yeah, she has 8 tears in her cheekbones. Zelda has 2. Did she have 2? I saw 1. Did her other side have 1 as well? See, and that's why I'm wondering if that's something that she develops, and this could be like powered up Zelda or something. Been trying so hard to dodge the art book leak. I've seen the first 5 pages, and it was because I caught a Twitter article that had them like laid out in like thing. So I saw them, looked at them. Where did I get the XE3 ringtone? I made it. I ripped the audio from YouTube, cut it down to 30 seconds, uploaded it to my phone, and turned it into a ringtone. So yeah. All right, moving on. Yeah, so this could be a Sage. It could be a powered up Zelda. It could be Hylia. I mean, we can theorize many different things. She's got the glowy hand power, like Zelda uses in Breath of the Wild. Makes me think it's either Zelda, powered up Zelda, or it's Hylia, who is obviously Zelda reincarnated, or Zelda's Hylia reincarnated. It's Tingle. It's Tingle, guys. Everybody, it's Tingle. Oh, lordy. Oh, she's I didn't realize this. She's straight up shooting. She's like Iron Man in this. She's like she's blasting the Hold up. Are those sand seals? Is she blasting poor little sand seals with her light power? She is. Maybe they're corrupted sand seals. Those are definitely sand seals. Look at that. Oh, they're Molduga. Oh, maybe they're baby Molduga. Wait, hold on. Hold on. This light's coming out of the sky. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe that's evil Zelda. Because these look more like sand seals than they do Molduga. They're full-size Molduga. I don't know. Hold on. Laser beam's just huge. Look at this. That's a sand seal. All right, now let's look up a Molduga. Molduga seal, not Molduga seal. Molduga's Breath of the Wild. No, 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 no. I don't want the IGN article. I want an image. This is a sand. Hold on, that's not right. Hold on. Yeah, those look more like sand seals than they do Molduga. I think maybe we've got an evil Zelda lookalike blasting helpless sand seals with laser beams. That's one powerful light laser beam though. Yeah, the ridge on the back is slightly different, but I don't know. Maybe this is a past. Maybe it's a prehistoric sand seal. Could be Molduga the way they were popping out of the ground. Oh my god, I see it both ways. You can see its dumb looking mouth. Hold on. Let's look at the dumb looking mouth. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a Molduga mouth. That's a Molduga mouth. You are correct. Okay. Confirmed. We have Molduga. Alright. This is a slightly more grown-up Riju. I'm gonna guess she's so that's not the Thunderhelm. That's not the Thunderhelm. I think that's just a regular crown. But she is dual wielding Gerudo scimitars. All right. I don't think this is Yunobo. This is just a standard Gerudo. We've got there. It looks like we've got most of the Highland races. We don't have any Rito in this pick, but we got Buckethead. We got Buckethead. 2 Scimitar of the 7. I don't know. I've never seen a Buckethead standard NPC, but it looks like it's a group of users, NPCs that Link has gathered to fight. You really hope we can wear the bucket? It's possible. Look at this. Hold on. Look at the sword Link has. This is like, I'm going to say we probably looted this off of a Lizalfo, because that looks like a Lizalfo tongue. So it's probably some kind of Lizalfo sword. And the same shield that we see in all the... Do you think that's a construct horn? Construct horn fused to a weapon. Oh, you know what? That could be, because that looks like the construct eye. Very cool. Very cool. This is why I like having an interactive chat. Yeah, there's our construct boys. Wait, is that the horn here that we're talking about? Oh, and there's Sidon. It's not quite the same design, but I see where the construct gets pulled out of that eyeball. And he's just using a standard sword right now, isn't he? No, he's using that same weapon we just saw. It's got the orange hue to the outside. I haven't seen Yunobo yet either. But I see Sidon in all his glory. So wait, hold on. Is that a tear on Sidon's belt? No, it's on his palm, or it's on the back of his palm, the back of his hand. Very cool. I'm guessing Riju probably has one too then, or gets one, or as we acquire them, we upgrade our team. And there it is. There it is, right there. That is King Dorfin's crown on Prince Sidon. So maybe we have King Daddy Siphon now. Yeah, I think we have King Sidon. I think either when this shot happens in the game, I think either Dorfin has stepped down or he has died. Or he can no longer fight, so he is given Sidon reign of Zora's domain. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if the Zora pass that on at death or if they can step down and what's that called when you give up the throne? There's a word for it. Retire. Plays golf 4 times a week. But yeah, but in the previous, so chicken strip, in the previous shot, when Sidon was fighting, he didn't have the crown, so maybe he dies as part of the story. Abdicate. Thank you, Arcaeth. Maybe either abdicates the throne or gets killed as part of the story, or dies as part of the story. And he's got the ceremonial. He's got the ceremonial staff thing. All right, so we've got 3 of the champions. Hold on. There appears to be a 4th one back here. So these are the champion descendants. So that's Riju, Sidon. I'm guessing this is Tebu's son, Tulin. Maybe Tebu was injured from that blast he took in Breath of the Wild, and it permanently scarred him to the point where he can't fight anymore. And I'm guessing this is probably Yunobo or hold on, this. Oh no, it wasn't. It was just the tail fin of Tulin. Yeah, it was just part of his his belt or weaponry. Okay. VTech's back. Welcome in, dude. All right. So, he's back to the Hylian shield again, the Royal Guard shield. So this is the 3rd shield we've seen in the trailer. Goalie from Link Between Worlds, yeah. Indeed, there is a 4th one. A 4th what? VTech. In a few frames, you can see the Stone Crusher, the Boulder Breaker, 4th champion. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Some kind of... Oh, this is the... Yeah, this is the Gliok. Right. I didn't imply that Teba had died, but he might not be able to fight due to him taking that blast from Divine Beast Meadow in the last game. They did confirm it was Tulin. Perfect. Awesome. I haven't been keeping up on the news. So, Flame Gliok. Yes. Only footage of Bridge of Hylia. Now, I wonder if this happened. I wonder if there's multiple of these or if this is just on the bridge. Perfect. I'm going to have to check out their Twitter today. I haven't been on Twitter much today. And we do know for sure, based on the shape of this head, that this is a Gliok. Because if you look at the Nintendo, because I'm well versed on the NES Zelda game, when you detach the heads, they look just like this. When they're flailing around and shooting fireballs, they have the little eye in the middle, single eye in the middle, and the head's just floating across the screen, shooting fireballs at you. Now, I'm wondering if the previous frame where they had the champions with us, if they're helping us fight this thing or if this is a one-on-one fight. Seen the trailer 100 times, probably. It's stuck in my head. Uh, welcome in, Pancake Party. I am very close to 50 followers, by the way, guys. So we should be able to get this account affiliated soon. So if you have not dropped a follow, please drop a follow. So long story, blah blah blah. My other account received I've been trying to get follower emotes on my other account for a long time, and apparently it's a almost 15-year-old account. It was a Justin TV account originally, and at some point in those 15 years, I received a suspension or some other BS. It doesn't matter. So even though I've been streaming for over 2 years and I've had a clean record those whole 2 years, they're not giving me follower emotes because at one point my account had received a suspension. I'm not aware of it, but I could have done some dumb shit when I was in my younger 20s on Twitch or Justin TV. I don't know, but they said I'm not getting them. So I'm restarting fresh so that I can, once I do get affiliated and get enough subscribers and all that stuff, I can get all my emotes rebuilt. I'm going to transfer my merch store to this account. Yeah, it sucks. The worst part is the channels that I've been either moderating or VIPs in. I lost all my channel points, things like that, moving to this account. But everyone still knows who I am. So it is whatever. So yeah, if we can get to 50 followers, I would very much appreciate it. Anyway, moving on. I'll have to stream like 4 or 5 other times. VTech, the only way I know to transfer my channel points from DB Geek Stream is for him to go live, do one of the predictions, me log in as my other account, drop all my points in it, and then transfer me, do the other side of the prediction with this account, and then have the prediction close with me getting those other points. Yeah, that's the only way I know to move points. You have to kind of manipulate a prediction. It's not that big of a deal. I just can't do a bunch of highlighted comments like I do now. It's not like some of the other channel points where you have to get so many channel points to become a VIP or something. I'm not honestly that worried. Okay, we can work through that later, VTech. I'm gonna get back into this because I don't want to have to edit too much out of it before I put this analysis on YouTube. Yeah.
Final hope.
Our final. She does. Yeah. So we did see there that she did have a tear under each eye. And we see in this tapestry, and actually this might be, I think before when we saw the tapestry, it was cut off right down through here, so we didn't actually get to see Ganondorf in it. But that's obviously Ganondorf's beard, and all his minions. Inebriated Zelda. Yeah, when she's talking at 25% speed. He has horns. He does have horns. Interesting. Zelda does not appear with the Master Sword after date of release on screen where she has Link to find her. Yep, we're getting to that. We are getting to that because I have something else to bring out about that particular section. Alright. And the title. VTech, I listened to this on half speed in my car for like 20 minutes last night. Because I had to drive out to pick up Garth's remains. My dog, we had to put our dog to sleep last week, but we had him cremated. So I had to go pick up his remains yesterday, and they live out in the our vets in the others one of the other cities. So I had to drive all the way out there and then all the way back home, and I listened to this on repeat in my car with the volume max, just trying to pick up little things. Yeah, he was almost 17. He had a really long life. He outlived his breed average by over 2 years. So by 3 years, I think the breed average was 13 for a beagle. All right. So this shot, I think it's on that island we saw in the beginning because she's looking out the sky. There are no sky islands. I think we're gonna see a bench. Link. Yeah, there's the bench. Oh, but you know what? It seems to be, well, it's not necessarily ground level, but it is level with some of the higher mountains. But yeah, here's that bench that we saw her in, and hold on, what time? We're at 3:40. Let's go back. Let's go back to where that was. Boop, boop. Hold on, I'm just gonna play it. Right here. There's that same bench, but you know what? Do those look identical to the ones we just saw? I'm looking at the outer points on here. If only you could rear of the frame. Welcome in, Jacob Jackson Archson. Possibly a modular part that gets repeated. Yeah, it could be a similar island, but the bench looks pretty on point. So let's go back to 340. Yeah, that I think that could be. I think that could be a very similar island or the same island. I think the first one's mossier, and it could be a different point in the time too, because maybe this is before it rose. That whole Zelda falling could be part of a time shift as well. But yeah, looking up, you don't see the islands in the sky. So that's a very interesting. It's a very interesting shot to not see the islands. Yep. And Zelda definitely loves its time mechanics. Which makes me think that when we see Link, maybe Link's the one back in time. And it's actually pre-Skyward Sword, because the Sky Islands are already up there, and at the end of Skyward Sword, we all know the islands fall to the ground. So it might be in that time period. So, and then in Skyward Sword, you're traveling in time anyway, because you're jumping around as well between the 2 points in the time travel in Skyward Sword, or maybe before the whole thing. Who knows? We don't know. It could be. We're gonna get a lot of Skyward Sword references in regards to that, and I think that's probably gonna be the end for that.
Must find me.
Yeah, we probably don't need 2 times speed for this. All right, now I did tell somebody that we were going to watch in 2 times speed because they were making references to the audio referencing all the songs in Ocarina of Time. So let's change it to double speed, and we're going to have a listen. Sounds like she smoked something at that speed. All right, well, let's all just listen carefully.
Zelda, we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Link.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any of the ocarina songs. Saying when she's falling skyward, you hear the Twilight Princess theme. Hold on, I might have to listen to the Twilight Princess theme. I did hear the Dark World theme briefly from Link to the Past. I don't know. I maybe. I mean, it might be the same notes, but I'm not. Yeah, maybe the first notes, but I mean that could mean honestly that doesn't necessarily mean it's Twilight Princess because Nintendo the Zelda theme in general uses a lot of the same notes. All right, that part I want to listen to that again. VTech, you weren't here, but you might have saw my comment already in Discord when it says our future. Our future. Yeah. All right. And that's the only words from the chanting that I understood. Our future. And I'm wondering if that's they're referring to Link as being our future, whatever. I heard the first time I heard that was in my car when I had it on repeat multiple times over. Probably had someone say it backwards and reverse the audio. We was it Torque or Burnwolf that reversed the whole video in the audio?